told you. Go, get out of my mind. I refuse to be your soldier. Waste my time. Don't say I never told you. Go, get out of my mind. I refuse to be your soldier. Waste my time. Don't say I never told you. Go, get out of my mind. I refuse to be your soldier.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Permobil Suzuka 12-hour top 10 shootout. It is round 4 in our ACC Endurance Series, and we are visiting the wonderful place that is Suzuka, Japan. We've done an endurance race here before, and it was absolutely barnstorming. So I can't wait for this shootout to get underway. We've got 3 lovely commentators in the booth tonight. Let me introduce them to you. First off, Mitch Hobbs. G'day, Mitch. How are you, mate?
G'day, Mo. G'day, chat. Yeah, going good. Can't wait to see this shootout.
Also joining Mitch is David McNulty. It's been a minute, mate. How are you?
Hello, new phone. Who this? Yeah, great to be back. Very much looking forward to Suzuka here tonight.
I hope you got some Bender facts for us, mate.
Always.
I'm
Just have to stay tuned.
Speaking of facts, it's the man, the myth, it's the Mike Real. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you? Look, I've just got this beautiful drink out the fridge. Pineapple and lime.
Is it the... I don't know what to feel about this. Is it the one that I suggested last night?
No, it's not a milk drink. This is kombucha.
Oh, well, in that case, thanks for coming. See you later. Let's get down to the track. It is top 10 shootout time. All drivers are out on track. The liveries look banging. We've got a couple of debutantes in the shootout tonight. First one I would like to introduce would be the My screen's just shrunk. SX83 Simsport team. Fantastic team out of Taiwan. This is their first endurance race and they've made it into the shootout. They're going to be starting it off in 10th position, so good luck to that team. And also we've got Rockets Evolved. You might have heard the Rockets Evolved team quite a few times. They're normally sporting the Nissan, as that's a sick little slide-through spoon. Who hasn't done that? And there he is, Stephen Ty, Rockets Evolved. And you might just see Barney the Dinosaur making his reappearance in the Endurance Series, which is good to see as well. So, gentlemen, I'll leave it to you tonight. Have a great call, and hope we see some 56s.
Wow, thank you, Mo. I'm not so sure we'll see 56s, but 57s are definitely on the cards. We see Burrs has already done a 57.9 there in the practice, so look forward to seeing how this is going to play out. Bender and Mike, how are we feeling about this? Who are we expecting to see come out on top here?
Oh, look, those 57s are lightning quick. Everyone's going to have to be on top of their game and driving so precisely to get those fast times. And, you know, Burrs is lightning quick. Bokita, she's very precise with her inputs sometimes. Most of the time, I think. Yeah, it's going to be close up there, I think.
Oh, here you go. Here's a big call. That 57.9 we just saw in the practice session, that'll be the fastest session tonight. With these new tire mechanics and the shootout, the added pressure, you know, the one-shot format, or very similar to it, you know, I don't think we're going to see that lap speed, you know, in the shootout. I just don't think it's possible.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one, as the drivers will come around, I believe, for a parade lap, so we get to see the lovely liveries and see who's out there this evening. Here is that running order. So, No Idea going to be starting us off with their first laps. Lucas Burrs is in that car. P2, Kieran Potter for BE Motorsport 23 car. The first AVR car, Alpha Venturi 919, Matthew Pinata in that car. Then fourth off the cap of the rank, BS Plus Competition XHL with Philip Bokita. We'll have to keep an eye on her to see where she places the car. Alpha Venturi 818 car, Zachary Smith is there. The OES orange car, Jamie Koza there. I think that might be close to the second time in the top 10 shootout. Then we've got the first MRT car, very fast Benjamin Hignett in that car. P8, Kovacs Racing Purple, Shady Samuel's going to be out on the track there. The debutants in the top 10 shootout, Rockets Evolved, Stephen Ty, as Malik mentioned before, he's in that one. And then the Team SX83 Simsport car, Chang for the Taiwanese team there. Of course, this is just the running order. This is not where the drivers finish. It's a reverse top 10 for the shootout from the qualifying results. So we'll see them come through as the drivers get on track, as they just come around for a little bit of a parade lap, show off their car. And I've got to say, these liveries are looking fantastic.
I think the liveries are always the best part of these endurance events. Favourite pastime during the commentary box, during the event, going through the pack, looking at your liveries, picking one out. Perhaps this one, the less we say about it, the better.
Is this the Barney?
It is the Barney, but on my low pixel monitor, it just looked like a purple splodge. So
Just a blob.
maybe that's on my end.
No, that's okay. This is a lovely livery, the OES orange car. I've got to say, I do really like this, just the way that it flows with the car. Nothing too, special, just some effects here and there, and then the orange and the black. You can't really go wrong, can you?
Yeah, and these AVR cars are always looking very, very nice with their black and green colour scheme. That's the new Lambo, isn't it? Yeah, these new Lambos are doing very good in this this update.
Yeah, sure is the new Lambo. Everyone will be looking out for those, as we've seen the couple of people go, not sure how I feel about the Lambo and the new BOP, because it has just been unbelievable. But you can't, count out all the other drivers, because, of course, driving trumps all in this case. So no matter how fast your car may be on the track, it's whether you as a driver can put the lap together, and we cannot wait to see that this evening.
Speaking of the Lambo and BOP, tell you who I reckon is very pleased that there weren't any major car changes in the update that dropped yesterday. Main man himself, Neil Alexander. Imagine if the Lambo, one other car, had been significantly changed the day before the 12-hour event. Yes.
I can imagine he'd have his head in his hands, screaming internally.
Well, I'm actually interested to drive the new McLaren Evo that's just come out. Now, I am biased. My team did enter in the McLaren, but we weren't sure whether this new update would come out. But I think the law of the land is that we can't change this close to the event anyway. So
no, absolutely not. And it's we're going to use this. It's probably the final hurrah in the Endurance Series. Probably a very shortly timed last hurrah, because I don't think anyone was expecting the McLaren Evo to just come out of nowhere. We knew it was coming, but it is here. So Chang's coming round for a lap. Not too sure. He's going to start us off here, in fact. So I can't read. That's what I've just learned.
No, that's because the order of the top 10 shootout was their qualifying order, and as you mentioned, they go in reverse order. So Chang is qualified 10th fastest, so he'll be taking us away first.
Absolutely. So lap comes round. Just going to get those tyres nice and warm, of course. As we discussed in the previous Sprint Series streams, that the new tyre model is now in place, and I think it caught a few drivers off, actually, knowing that you've actually got to nurse the tyres a bit more, actually get them up to temp over a few laps to really get them into that optimum usage window to get the most out of them in the fastest time. So drivers really need to make use of this outlap.
Yeah, so the tyres will take a bit longer to come up in temperature as well, and I think around Suzuka, because it's so long, you can probably do it in 1.5, 2 laps, get them mostly up into the working range. But correct me if I'm wrong, these guys get 2 flying laps, is that right?
That's correct.
So I think we'll see that the second lap could be faster than the first. However, they will want to make sure that they do not bottle the second lap.
Yes, absolutely. As Race Control puts in chat, please post your pole lap predictions in chat. Who do we think for pole, boys? It's a tough one to look at. No one for pole? Sounds good to me.
I'm not brave enough to put a name out there.
No, not brave. No, fair enough. No, it's understandable as Chang gets underway for his first flying lap. Let's have a look on board here. Going to come down turn 1. Doesn't take 6th in the Ferrari. Goes nice and wide. Kisses the apex nicely. Gets nicely on power out of turn 1 and 2. It's a really tough little complex there. Touches the dirt a little bit to try and use as much of the track into the entry through the S's as possible. Nice and smooth so far. Must have got the tyres up to temp fairly well. But as you said, Mike, the second lap is ideally going to be faster because the tyres will be in that faster operating window. But, of course, if you invalidate that second lap, you need a time on the board. So the drivers really need to drive fast, but also try and conserve and get a lap on the board on the first lap in case they go for it on the second one and do invalidate. So keep an eye on this. It's been fairly tidy so far.
Where do we think the main invalidation points are going to be around this track?
Degner 1 exit. That's a killer on this track, and I know a lot of drivers would probably agree there. Also, the exit of Spoon's a killer. 130R, final chicane if you take too much curb or too much on the exit. It's quite a few invalidation areas here.
Yeah, exactly. The Spoon corner, as we come into Spoon now, it's quite easy just to step out a bit there and then maybe step out a little bit too much on the exit here if you're a bit too greedy. But Chang's done a very good job there. Heading up the hill towards 130R now. So, as you said, if you take a bit too much speed through here, it's quite easy just to step outside of the track. Just going over the curb a little bit, keeping it in bounds quite nicely there. And then the Casio triangle here, you can take quite a bit, especially out of this second one here. Chang keeping it nice and lean there to keep lap 1 valid. Let's see what time we get.
That's looked good. I cannot wait to see how some of the drivers take chicane. That's a good start. That's a really good start. 59.2, great lap to put on the board now. This is where all the time comes. Sends it into turn 1 and 2, much later on the brakes with the grippier tyres. Good exit there's already up on that time, which is awesome to see. Just comes around now through the S's once again. Nice exit. Car hasn't stepped out yet until just a touch there. Keeps it in check though. Sticks it third. Gets it rotated nicely coming through Dunlop now. Let's see. Nice up against the curb. Wow, that was silky smooth through sector 1.
It's looking very good so far. Almost a couple of tenths up there. Oh, that's pushing it.
Oh,
That
Wow.
was pushing it.
That was really close.
I was going to say, how much just a lap time do we think we're going to see roughly a gain between laps 1 and 2? Half a second? A bit more? A bit less?
yeah, I think half a second is
Yeah.
probably going to be bang on.
I think, yeah, half a second is sort of, that's where you'd aim to be. I think after the grip increase on lap 2 with the optimum tyre range. Still up though. So coming through Spoon now, this is where it looks nice and smooth. Doesn't take too much curb, can lose the car's balance. Nice exit though, using all the curb on Spoon. That's where you can invalidate, but he's kept it nicely done now. Down the straight to 130R. Let's see how far Chang is willing to push the exit to get the most time out of the car. See how this plays out. Well, that was nicely done, and he's pushed almost all of it. There's a touch more there, but let's have a look at the approach through the chicane. Takes a fair amount of curb, gets a great exit. This is going to be a good time.
There's a fairly safe second apex there. And how much time we got here? About 3/10, I think.
Yeah, let's see. Wow, a 58.7. That's a cracking second lap. So, pole at the moment. That's a good place to be. We'll get on board now with Stephen Tye for the Rockets Evolve. First time in the shootout. Did a 58.4 in quali. That is a blistering lap. Wondering if he can recreate that here in quali.
Big shout out to former commentator, I'm not sure if he still commentates for us, but Jamie Saxon asking, where's Chase Cam? There's a few of us out there, mate.
Some tight lines here from Ty, really using all the limits of the car, getting it a bit slidey. Doesn't mean that's going to be slower, just might be those slightly colder tyres as well. Have a look through Degner 1, how he plays this one out. Oh, the curb. Oh, just uses every single bit of the track limit he's got. Nicely used there. That's not too far off invalidating either. We'll have a look at the exit of the hairpin here. This is where it can be a bit hit or miss. Gets that nicely pulled up. That was absolutely beautiful.
Nailed it. So now through 200R, just keeping it nice and tight, will he? No, he's going to run all the way out on the racing line here. Pulling it back in for Spoon. The brakes around the service road. Trailing it in. He's
A lot of
right up
curve.
on the inside curve there. And gets it right near the apex. In a bit of a slide as he gets on the power to get out. Heading up the hill towards 130R. Let's see how he takes this.
All of it, yep. Keeps it. Oh, that's close.
Oh,
He's played that one brilliantly. Late on the brakes, he really pushed that. And look at the amount of curve that he's taken there. That's unbelievable. Oh, that's probably invalid, actually.
that could be valid still. You can take a ridiculous amount of curve there.
Oh, it is. Wow, he's pulled that off brilliantly. Let's see where this is going to put him. And wow, on a first lap. He'll be happy with that on the first lap. Let's see how he pushes his second lap. Tyres are going to be in that more optimum window. Did have a couple of slides there, so that will be the time. Just even that exit of turn 2, if you just touch the dirt, you're going to be invalid. Nicely done, nice and smooth. Check the curb usage. No real movement from the car until there. That just shows the optimum usage tyre window there. Going well through Dunlop. Let's see, he was a bit squirrely on exit 3 here last lap. He's not. He's up. This is just going to be brilliant. Let's see how he handles the rest of the lap.
He is stonking around here now. Let's see how he takes Degner. Oh, it looked a little bit more conservative than his first lap out there. Don't want to invalidate on that second Degner. It's very easy to do. As you go for the hairpin, hopefully it doesn't too deep. He's
Perfected that again. Wow. Yeah, you can't fault that. Pulled that off twice in 2 laps. You cannot fault that. Now, is he going to go for the tighter line? He doesn't. Opts for the wider line. Let's look at the run through Spoon now up to the straight. Let's see how this plays out. Still the same amount of curb, just as smooth as before. Gets on the curb, but pulls off beautifully. I was worried that the car might have lost a bit of balance there. All the curb at the end of Spoon. That was just unbelievable.
That's great. A little bit slidey, but still kept it tidy.
I think he might have that bit of time. Sorry, Mike. In the bit of the final chicane, took a bit too much curb. Oh, the car tram-lined a little bit there. Let's see how much of this he takes. All of it. And he's going to take even more here. Wow.
He
That's
is
gonna be
really
incredible.
rolling the dice with that curve there.
He's practiced that a lot, you could tell.
Oh, absolutely he has. So this is going to cross the line. No arguments here. This is going to be brilliant. 58.4. Now that, round of applause to Stephen Ty there. What a lap that was. Now, Shady Samuel for Kovacs Racing Purple only did a 58.8
Only.
in the qualifying. I know, I say only. I'm just looking in comparison to other drivers, but still a lap that could put him in front of Chang. Let's see how he handles this. Of course, lap 1 will be a bit more conservative anyway to just get that lap on the board with those not so optimum tyres to see how the Barney car handles it.
Working his way through the S's here. Left to right, right back to left. Gonna have to have a little lift here for Dunlop and then get back on the power. Hopefully it doesn't slip out too much. He's doing very nicely there. Then drive it right into the line, keep it tight. As he's going to take the Degner. Yeah, smashes that first apex. A little bit untidy on the exit. Gets the second apex of Degner and keeps it in by the looks of it. Pulling up for the hairpin now. Tapering in a little bit early, but looks like he's nailed it.
It's a good first lap so far, nice and tidy.
The car doesn't know what curves are, it just eats an ego. Shady Samuel fresh off a win in the Sprint Series. Suzuka sure was one in the Lambo, so having to go between the Lambo and this car for the race this weekend, that is certainly not an easy feat. 2 completely different cars. See how the last bit of this first lap is handled. Of course, at the moment, Stephen Ty on pole. Chang not too far off that in P2. Still plenty of drivers to hop on in. It's a nice run through there. Car just looks brilliantly stable. Let's see how much of the curb is going to be eaten. Oh, it's gone deep. Oh, that's going to cost him some time. Let's see how this one plays out.
How many tenths do you reckon that's worth?
Oh, that's easy. Composite 2/10, maybe even 3. It's worth a lot. So there you go.
59s.
Yeah, 59's 3. So he's probably not going to be too happy with that one. But of course, all the time will come on this second lap with that extra grip, and then he can tidy up that going deep. Maybe try and get in front of Chang. Let's have a look.
Looking in chat, commentating on BMW downshifts and the downshift protection. It can be quite nasty at times.
Yeah, when you want to get it down a gear to get some extra engine braking in it, just computer says no.
Yeah, this is where some of the other cars come into a league of their own. The Lamborghini has engine maps that have more or less engine braking. Let's have a look at the run here, though. That was nice. Still a bit sloppy on exit.
Ooh.
Just pull up. That was
How was that
minutely
got
in
out?
track limits. I don't know what that was. Coming to the hairpin now. Look at all the steering angle put in there in the car. That was a much better exit. Let's see what the run is like. They're going to go for the tighter or the wider route. Goes for the tighter route. Live in the middle almost, you could say. It's to the run now. Oh, that's wide. Wow, really pushing the car. Knows that if he wants to get anywhere, he's going to have to send it now. It's got 5 and a bit tenths to find to catch up. But, of course, he did make a bit of a mess of the final few corners. So let's see if he can tidy that one up. Through 130R he comes. Down into 5th. Really pushing it there too. So knows that it's all or nothing here. Use there, that's better. Oh, still deep though. Oh, couldn't quite pull that one up. Still, I mean, what can you ask? That was brilliant. Let's see where this is going to put him. Yeah, so still not too far off Chang, only 2 and a bit tenths. Up next, hitting it for the MRT team. Did a 59.0 in quali. So he'll look to improve on that to get up a few positions. It's a lovely livery too.
I think this livery is one of Mike Crick's designs.
You in chat, Mike? Where are you, Mike?
Yeah, shout out to Mike Crick.
Wherever you are. Yeah.
I believe Cricky has done. Is it Cricky or I don't know? I think he's been renamed to take after one of the Mike Cracks or Cricks in the Formula One circuit. Yeah, but I understand that he also does a lot of the work with some of the media.
Absolutely, he does.
Octane Online Racing.
He did that video at the start. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure he's the one who put those together. Does a brilliant job in OOR. Oh, a bit deep, pulls it up nicely. Like Hignett going for the later apex to nail the exit and does so.
Also, the only Mercedes in the shootout tonight.
Mike Crick once rescued 8 kittens from a burning building. What a legend.
Mike,
what a man.
can you confirm this? We just need this doubly confirmed that he's a legend. Hold on.
People's champ.
Oh, there's a nice run through Spoon there too. Kept it nice under control. Probably didn't go as aggressive on the exit. Probably want to try and conserve for this lap to see where this is going to put him overall.
Rumour has it that Mike also set the building on fire.
That's okay.
Hignett through the Casio triangle.
That's
Whole
a
bunch
lot of
of
curve. Wow.
I dare say he'll take more next time round.
Absolutely. I think it's just the conservativeness there. So this is going to be a 59. Still, yeah, 1.2 off Ty. So he's going to need to pull out 7 tenths to get past Shady Samuel here.
Oh, he's lost a bit in that first corner. Hopefully he's it's just setting him up for a better exit here.
Oh, nice run through the S's. Oh, there's an apex there somewhere. Does pull it up though, shifting third, second, just to try and get the car back in control. The amount of work that drivers have to do over a lap to put it together is something unbelievable. So through Dunlop now, up to Diagonal 1 and 2. Let's see how this one plays out for the Merc. Should be fairly good with the curbs from memory. Oh, it's got a bit flighty. Oh, and that's
Oh no!
Yeah, it's just that rear left. You dip it in and that's game over. So it's going to leave Hignett 1.2 off there. But still, he'll be happy to at least got a time on the board.
You could see him really searching for the grip with the wheel movements there.
Yeah, I was going to say the Merc, I mean, there's only one of them, and maybe it's partly down to the driver as well, but just didn't look as hooked up as the other cars that we've seen so far.
Yeah, it could just be a case of wrong day, wrong time, but that's okay. He'll finish his lap off. Jamie Koza, on the other hand, 58.690 in qualifying for the 555 car and the Ferrari for this race. This is a beautiful car, the 296. There's no other words.
Beautiful livery. I think probably my favourite in the shootout.
It's a lovely livery, isn't it?
It is. Even the car through 130R there just looked so stable. So Koza's going to try and set this one up, get the best exit possible to come on to the first flying lap of 2. Let's see how this one plays out.
I was going to say, was he taking that easy, or was this car really that hooked up there?
Well, it didn't look like he was taking it easy. This car just has a tendency to have a lot of turbo lag on exits of corners. Or I'm just special.
It's looking very smooth so far. A little bit curved there. A little bit wide. Going for a second apex there. Tucked up around Degner. Bring it in tight now for the second bit. Sorry, that was Dunlop. This is Degner. Degner 1. Bunch of curve there.
I was going to say, what Suzuka are you driving?
I'm watching the delayed stream. Probably
Makes sense. You're on the lap before. Hairpin now. Ferrari is pretty lackluster out of here. We still get a good exit. Ferrari makes its time up during the mid-corner and on the entries under braking. It's got very good brakes, this car. Good top speed's just been nerfed slightly in the BRP update today. It's part of the 1.9.3 patch. Let's have a look at the car through Spoon. Nice curb usage. Not too far off the track. Gets on power nice and early. Car rotates beautifully through there. That was really nice.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of wheel input there. The car just seemed to do what he wanted it to do, and he didn't have to argue with it.
Yes, do that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's how Mullock feeds his dog.
He feeds his dog with likes and subscribes.
No, well, yes, we'll go with that.
Yeah, Max isn't a picky eater. He'll eat anything.
No, yeah, exactly. But will he eat airplane jelly milk?
Yes.
Ah, fair enough then. Let's have a look at this lap. Ooh, straight up into P3, 58.9. That's a cracking first lap, and we saw Stephen Ty did a 58.7 on his first flyer. So I wonder if Koza can try and copy Ty here and maybe get those few extra tenths on those optimum tyres. Let's see how run through S's. That looked nice and smooth. No real movement from the car as yet. Just some minor corrections in the steering. Does well. That rotation was absolutely sublime. Took a slightly actually different apex line through there. Through Dunlop, nicely done. Now the car looks through to Degner 1 and 2.
See how he takes this one. Is he going to full send in here? Oh, he
Yes.
does. He's kept it in.
Oh, wow.
That's cost him a couple of tenths, that one, I think.
Yeah, about a tenth. I dare say maybe 2 if he didn't quite recover on power. Good run through there. Nicely done. Bit of squirrely on exit, but nothing to complain about yet. Goes for the tight run. Can get half a tenth here if you're lucky, but that could be the difference between you getting pole and P2. Have a look at the run again through Spoon. Nice up on the curb. Runs a bit wider than before. Let's have a look at the rotation through here. That is just... Didn't need much movement of the steering wheel. On the power. Got it straight out.
That was beautiful.
Be a lift and a shift. Oh, he doesn't shift up to 6. He stayed in 5th the whole way down that straight.
That's
So then he
Ferrari
just-
things for you, Mike.
Just a little lift to get it to nose in, and then a whole lot of curve
Oh,
there.
no.
Oh, he's run wide.
Oh, run wide. Yeah, won't be happy with that. Bit of exit there. Just really couldn't get the car in where he wanted to. So he's going to go up, but by very little. Still P3 though. Great effort. Zach Smith though for the 818 AV Alpha Venturi car. 58.5 in quali. So only a 10th off what Stephen Ty did. So could look to give him a good run for his money for pole here on the first lap. Let's have a look in comparison. Down to turn 1 he goes. Down into 4th. Then he'll shift into 2nd. Nicely done. Good rotation early on power. Yeah, no movement. It's a good start.
Stays in 3rd throughout the S's. Back down to 2nd for this one. Back up to 3rd. Little lift here, and then punch it in. Holding on nicely there. Degner 1. A lot of curve. Big cut there. So then number 2, just touching the apex there, keeping it tidy. Staying in on the exit. Pulling it up for the hairpin. Bang down the
deep.
gears.
Very
He's
deep.
wide. He's deep and wide. And that little slide on the exit there will cost him a fair bit too. So, you know, slow corners are where you can lose a lot of time because you spend more time in them. So that could be half a second there.
Yeah, absolutely. Any surprises so far from you, Bender, in regards to the quali?
Oh, I suppose we've got most of the Lambos still to come, but I thought perhaps the Beamer would have been a little bit higher, but we'll see with Bokita where she can put her Beamer.
Absolutely. 130R for Smith now. Certainly within track limits. Nice run. Have a look to the Casio now. See if he doesn't go deep here. Does. He's setting up for the second lap. So maybe invalidated. I saw he went a little touch wide at Spoon, so maybe he's invalidated. He did.
Yes, he
So,
did.
yeah, this is all or nothing for Smith now. He's got 1 lap. Optimum tyres. Even flashed the lights there to show his anger for the invalidation. Nice and deep into turn 1. Pulled that up absolutely perfectly. Let's have a look at the exit. All the curb through the S's
Lovely.
now. Wow. Good start. Pulled it up. Oh. Thought he might have had a bit of a touch there. It's done well. Touch wide, but brings it up on the curb to get the rotation in. Nicely done through Dunlop now. Let's have a look at the rotation. Up on the curb. No movement from the rear end, so he's kept it in check so far. This is what we want to see.
It's looking very nice so far. See how he takes this one. Oh, he's
Oh,
he's
Wow.
just kept it in. And on the second one, he's kept that in too. Must have been millimetres away from invalidating there. Let's see how he does for the hairpin this time. A bit tidier
Much
than last
better.
time. Yeah, much better.
flirting with danger through Degner 1 and 2.
Oh, yes. He will probably need a clean pair after that one. So coming down to Spoon, he comes. Goes for the tighter line. Down to 3rd. Up on the curb. That rhymes a little bit. No real rhyming intention there. Keeps it nice on the exit of Spoon. That was still... Got to be careful there now. Down to 130. Let's see what the run through here's like.
Bang down a gear. Hit the apex. Out onto the curb.
Yeah.
Careful for the tram lining. Onto the brakes.
All
Take
the
a bunch of
curb.
curb. And a bunch. Oh, that's too much. I
That's
think.
too much. It got to be. If that's not, that was the most perfect use of the curb I've ever seen. Still keeping it tight, so maybe.
Is he good?
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Wow. It wasn't. I can't believe that was invalidated.
That was something else. But
Good
if
going,
anyone's
Miss
to knock
Molly.
him off, it's this woman, Philippa Bokita, for BS Plus competition. XHL for the first lap. Pip will be trying to keep the car
valid for the first lap. Probably try not to imitate what Zach Smith did for the first lap, but mate, come on, a 58.1. Can that be beaten?
Here you go. Obviously, we got Law in chat who says, "I wish Hobbsy would commentate my life."
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint that I can't commentate your life. But 58.3 Bokita did in quali. It's not going to be enough for pole, so she's really going to have to pull something out here. And so far, nothing as I can see has been of any real concern in this lap, and it's just the first lap.
Yeah, it's all very smooth, just going along nicely, and you think, well, it's a bit ominous, really, isn't it?
Yeah, is this the calm before the storm?
Well, we'll soon find out based on the first lap. Oh, a bit wide, the car dragged out. Let's have a look. Pulls it up on the exit though. BMW looked fairly smooth through there other than that little pulling from the curb. Bokita coming up to 130R now. The car should be rock solid through here. So let's just keep an eye out. Yeah, rock solid. No movement on the curb. Let's have a look at the amount of chicane that Bokita's going to take here. Yeah, and all of it is the answer, and all of it again. Not as much as the others have taken. Didn't want to risk an invalidation. Completely understood. So coming around for first flying lap. Where is this going to put her? Let's find out. Oh! And that's
my
the first
God.
lap. Everyone, hold on to your seats for this one. Get your popcorn out, because this is going to be good. She can pull it up. It actually screwed turn one up. 2, 1 and 2. Car slid through there. So really trying to push a pole now. Only 3 100ths off. How is this going to play out? Going back to green Delta potentially. She's going to make the most of this. Does touch the green, touches red. So still has plenty of the lap to go. How's this one going to play out?
She's having an argument with the car here. I think this is not going her way at the moment. Can she get a bit more back through the Degners?
Smooth.
Tidy.
Not enough. Oh, went to go deep just to try and get the exit. Does, but still going to be a red Delta in the end, but still Spoon 130R and the Casio to go. Let's see how this goes.
Keeping it very tight to try and get every bit of time that she can.
Now the car did drag wide here, and it's not done at that time, but still might lose time on exit. If it doesn't get this one right. Okay, we're equal, almost equal Delta. So this is where it comes down. 130R and the Casio. Can she pull something off here? Only 3 100ths between her and Smith now. This could be unbelievable if she pulls this out after being red for 90% of the lap. On the brakes for the Casio. All of the curb's going to be needed here, and uses it all, and all the final curb. Oh,
She's
slides
green.
on exit and
Bit of a
green.
slide.
But it's
Is that
not...
she's gonna lose it?
No, she's done it. She knows.
She's spewing.
Yeah, she is not happy. Puts it in the wall. New. Yeah, that is not what you like to see. Matthew Pinata now for the 919 Alpha Venturi race car. Did a 58.2 in quali. That is absolutely blistering, but it's going to need more if he wants to get past the sister car, the 818. Let's have a look. First lap through turn 1, 2. Ooh, misses the apex there. That's okay. Still the first lap. You've got another one to go.
Keeping it smooth through the S's. Quite what looks to me like a lot of steering lock on through some of those corners, but you know, maybe the steering ratio is up quite high to make it a bit more precise. Ooh, nearly stepping out of bounds there. Very close on that one. Very close. Going into the hairpin on the brakes. Shifting down. Turn it in. A little bit out. A little bit out wide off the inside curb there. Going for the tight line here, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep it tight. How's he going to do? Spoon up on the inside curb, out to the outside curb, back to the inside curb, boot right in, riding out on the curb. Bit in reserves there, I think. So coming down to 130R. All the way up the gears, going up to 6. Quick flick back down to 5th. There's a fair bit in reserve there, I think. So see how Pinata does the Casio triangle.
That was a touch late on the brakes. Pulls it up though. Coming to the exit. Still a very good banker lap. So this is what he's hoping for. This will give him an idea of where he needs to push. It's going to be a 58. Oh no, a 59.0. Wow. I thought that was in for a 58, but it's all or nothing now for Pinata if he wants to get up those positions. P7 at the moment, match Shady Samuel's time, so all he needs to go is to go 1 millisecond faster and be in front of Shady Samuel, but he's not going to go for that. He's going to go for tenths off, even a second faster if he can get that pole, which he'll be aiming for as high as possible. Nice run through there, coming through to Dunlop now. Good rotation on exit. No real movement from the car in the rear, so nice and tidy overall. Let's have a look at Degner 1 and 2 now. Through curb, and that's invalid.
No, he's still in.
No.
Wow.
Oh, that was wow. I would have put my money on it that was going to be invalid. Heaps of room out there, Pat. Oh yeah, I'll believe that, because that was. I think that was the limit. You cannot go any further than that. On the inside he goes now. Uses all of the inside that he can. Through to Spoon now. Let's see if he's going to push the track limits here too, since he's tested his luck at Degner 1.
Yeah, I think he left a fair bit on the table last time here in that 130R,
Yeah.
so there's a bit of time to be gained here.
What a nice exit that was. That was beautiful.
Still a bit reserved there though. See how he does.
130R Casio to go. 130R coming up now. Down to 5th he goes. He uses a bit more of the track. Actually got a bit of a bump there from the curb. Down on the anchors. Goes deep. So he's really going to need to pull this up on exit. And does, but it's not going to be pole. But it's still going to be a cracking lap.
Let's see, 5/10 up it looks. So he's going to take that next place. Where does he go? From P7 up to P4.
Yeah.
Nice one,
Great
Pinata.
stuff. Yeah.
Lap there.
Really well done.
But guys, we can end the stream as we see Kieran Potter for BDE Motorsport with a 58.4 in qualifying, coming through to start his final laps. Hyped Up's called it. He said Smithy's got it in the bag, so we can just turn off, guys.
Then we're ending the
End the
stream.
stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, roll
Righto.
credits.
No, I want to see what Lucas Burrs can do around here.
I think judging by everyone in chat, they're all on the Burrs train now. Potter, though, still the one to put his laps in before Burrs coming through. S's now. Really, look at the movement on the wheels, really fighting the car, in fact. Coming through Dunlop. Let's have a
He's
look
not
at
on a
exit.
gamepad, is he?
No, he's not. I know for a fact that he's not.
He's on the Guitar Hero drum kit.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Oh, big cut there.
that-
Is he in?
Oh, and it's screwed the exit there. Still valid though. Wow. Is ACC being generous, or are these drivers using every single millimetre they have?
I think they're being that precise with that corner. I think any more, and you're taking it for a ride, and it's going to say nope. You can not have that lap time. Down into Spoon. Kisses the apex. Runs it out. Not too wide on that one. Second apex. How wide does he go here? All the way out.
All of
That's
it, yeah. Wow, that is all of it through Spoon. Ryan Pole's currently a 58.102. Zachary Smith, not too far off Bokita, 3/100ths in fact. So nice and close there at the top. Potter's using all of the track. He's going to aim for as high as possible on the anchors he goes. Is he going to use all the curb? Yes, is the answer to that. And then all of the curb some more.
That is unbelievable, the curb you can use there. Let's have a look. This has looked like a very tidy lap so far. Let's see where this is going to put him. It's looking like a 58. I could be wrong. 58.7, so that's a really good start there. P5 right behind Pinata. Let's see how Potter can improve on that. Needs 6/10 for pole. We'll aim as high as possible. Only needs 2/10 for one position. Needs 3 for another. So he's going to aim as high as possible. Let's have a look at the rest of the lap.
He's going to need to become one with the car, especially through these S's. If there's too much arguing with it, it kills the time in here. Coming around for the Dunlop. He only does a half lift and he's back on it. And he's run right out wide. He's kissed the grass. It's going to hurt a little bit, but he's still green. Bang into Degner 1. Still good. Degner 2. Very tidy, but all very close to running wide out.
Yeah, that was... I don't think you can get much closer than going as wide there as he just did. Nice exit. Much better than he had before. So green is what you want to see. Coming out of the hairpin towards 130R straight. Just got to go through Spoon first. See what the run through there is like. Had a good run through there before. Used all of the track limits just about. It's going to get on the curb a touch. Gets the rotation in nicely. And it's fighting the current exit, but what an exit that was.
You got the boot in quite early then. You just get the best run as possible down here. Lots of time to be gained if you get the right exit there.
Absolutely. And touches the grass on entry. He was that confident. Oh, that's so somehow
close.
Valid. I don't know how he's pulled that one up. He's going to use all of the curb here. Slid there. Bit of a bump, but that's green. Oh yeah, Jamie Saxon has just ruined it. He's ruined it all for us. But green is what Potter was looking for. And goes up to P4 just. But he's the man everyone has been waiting for. Lucas Burrs for the 315. No idea. Did a 58.4 in quali. Did a 57.9 in practice. This is what we've all come to see, according to chat at least.
So what's the chance you think we'll see the 57.9 pop up in the next 2 laps here?
Well, we're going to have to see it if he wants pole.
I'm not
Or
sure.
58.0.
58.0? Or a very, very low 58.1?
Very extremely low 58.1. He's fighting the car already. Looks fairly slidey on that one. That could just be the way that's set up with the colder tyres, not in their optimum range. And wow, uses every millimetre of the track that he's got for the first flying lap. Coming through to Degner 1 and 2 now. Let's see how this one plays out. Yep, that looked silky smooth through there, and so did that. This is a cracking first lap.
He's confident with this car, I can tell you, because he throws it in and then he's not moving the wheel around searching for grip. He's just, yep, that's turning the way I want. It's going to end up where I want. I don't need to do anything else. Just put the boot in.
Just a line through there. That was incredible stuff. Did you see that?
How's he going to take the spoon?
Not with a fork. Oh, a bit wide, but pulls it up magnificently. Uses all of the limits through spoon, coming down to the straight. 130R is up next. Let's see how this is going to go for him. Currently still valid. No invalidations as of yet. And that is a lot of the curb. That's going to lose some time, but he doesn't care. As long as he gets a valid time on the board and then uses not all of the chicane. So that's an interesting strategy. Might just need to conserve for the second lap. Still looked like a really good lap. Knew that wasn't good.
Gents,
Went
he
wide,
went through 130R in 6th gear. Everyone else shifts down to 5th.
Oh my. You cannot write this stuff. Look how close it is. Top 3 is within 3 100ths.
Deep in turn 1 though.
Yep, deep. That's fine. He really pushed on that one. He's going to have to go for it if he wants that P1 from Smith. Only needs 2 100ths now. I'm sure he can find that with the little twitchy mistakes that he might have had over the lap. Uses all the curb. Is green now. Coming up to Dunlop. Still green. Used all of the track coming through here and is going to use it all again. What That was just perfect in comparison to what he did last lap. Imitated the same thing. Degner 1 and 2 now. Absolutely sends it. Oh my god, that was on the track limits too. I don't know any other words than oh my god, so I'm going to use the same words over and over again. Matching his delta now, coming through to the hairpin.
Even Stevens on the
edge of
time.
their
What can he
seats.
do?
Oh. All of the track once again. I think everyone's got their popcorn boxes over their head now, matching the delta once again. Only needs 2 100s to get past Smith for pole. Coming up to Spoon now. How's this going to play out? Nice run. Goes wide. Goes extremely wide. Pulls it in. What an exit. Mimic what he did last lap, and that's invalid.
No. Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
He was on for a blinder then, I thought.
You haven't seen anything like it.
Well, there's traditionally always someone that invalidates their lap in the shootout and that misses out because of it. And it hadn't happened yet. I mean, we'd seen a couple of invalids earlier on, or people flirting with it. But here we go. It's happened.
My night is ruined.
Your night's ruined. I think Burrs' night is also ruined. So is Bokita's. Smith on pole, 58.107. You cannot complain about that. That was something to withhold. What are our thoughts on that, boys? That was just sublime.
Well, first of all, I think we've got to give a shout out to Hyped Up, who, regardless of the margins, caught it perfectly. Zach Smith had it in the bag. But 0.03 of a second between the top three. That is insane. Is that possibly the closest shootout finish we've had?
I can't believe how close that was. Like, you know, we're sitting here calling this, and the guys only need
And look at that.
2 100ths of a second, 3 100ths of a second.
Each
Between-
top three driver had a faster sector.
Wow.
That's not something you see every day. All the cars going around now just doing some driving. MRT car in the background. But here, the top two drivers, BD cars just sitting there having a bit of fun. Zachary Smith for pole. Philippa Bokita there in P3. Just wait for Burrs to come on round for the no idea car.
I believe it's supposed to be the top three going around here.
It is, and everyone else is just doing burnouts. Burrs is just sat there. He's having none of it.
He's in shock after invalidating his lap.
Yeah, I mean, this.
Oh, well.
What else is there? Well, yeah, exactly.
DQ for Burrs then.
Yep, that's right.
No, what a shootout.
That's the rules. Yeah, wow. And nice drift. Dems the rules.
I love our Bender through shade at 600 who validated. Completely forgot about him.
Yeah.
Poor team. Just sitting there going, what about us?
Yeah.
Nah, it definitely happens. I can't remember a shootout that every lap's been valid. It's unusual.
Yeah, don't know.
It's funny that was an invalidation, but some of the stuff we've seen tonight, it was like it was turned off.
I know.
Pretty sure Mia Rose called it though. You watch this, lap 2 is going to be invalidated. She feels it. And bang. There we have it. But well
So
done,
Mia
Zachary
Rose-
Smith. I think that's his... Oh, is that his third shootout win? Second? Third?
It'll
Second, I
be
think.
third, I think.
Let's see what the
Hey,
last
yeah,
is.
boys, look at we go.
Yep,
That's how
we're
you
going.
do 50. Oh, we.
Yeah, that's how you do the 57. I think
Oh!
the first one was...
Can we... no, I
whoa.
can't promote it now, sorry.
No.
But well
No.
done to Hangming Chang. Those first two laps were a great starting point for the night, and it's always nerve-wracking to go first, especially in your first ever shootout. So well done to the SX83. That's going to get me absolutely stumped.
Have you got your glasses on?
I'm just going SimSport. SimSport, great stuff. Best luck tomorrow.
Yeah, great stuff.
Bad luck, Benjamin Hignett. That's a penalty. That's a milk fine. And Yeah, all ready for tomorrow now. Grid is set.
Absolutely cannot wait for the race tomorrow. Can't wait to see that lap one and see how it plays out for the drivers.
Did anyone predict that time in chat? What was it?
It's 58.107. I'm sure someone did when you asked for time. When you asked who was going to win earlier, everyone was giving you times. No one was giving you names. I thought that was a bit strange.
Reading, how does that work? I'm just going to go scroll through. Sometimes it doesn't go all the way back. Yeah, last time message, the first message I can see here is Thai cooking by law. Well, bro is cooking. Where do they finish in the end? They're fourth, so
Yeah,
that's from ninth, I believe. I think they qualified ninth.
they did, and that's
That's a big
just
jump. Awesome
unbelievable. Yeah,
Also, I think that's probably one of the best laps of the shootout from Stephen Tai. It's only 300ths off his qualification time, and in these conditions, then that's pretty much all you can ask for, really.
Oh, it is.
yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Mike, Sean, Mike, Mitch, and Bender. Thanks for joining us tonight, and
No
I
worries.
might see some of you tomorrow. If not, I'll see you out on the track.
Yep. Before we go, I'll leave us on a lighter note, or perhaps
This better
maybe
be
a
good.
heavier,
This is a
heavier
bad
note. Yeah, this is a rip. I've been waiting for this one. So in 2016, Russia erected a monument to the ruble, and it was made from rust-resistant steel, and it had the inscription, "Our ruble will not rust." Well, however, 2020 came along, and it rusted.
So it's a Titanic, but it's
Yeah,
a structure.
Yes.
exactly.
Look, I wasn't sure if that's worth the wait, but I'll pay it anyway.
Yeah,
Is there supposed to be a punchline?
yeah,
Yeah, it sank because it rusted. Yeah.
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 All right, thanks, team. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Thanks, chat. Thanks to all the drivers. Thanks to the stewards for tonight. And we'll see you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tomorrow at about 9:45 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time as we take over and start the Permobil Suzuka 12 Hour. Until then, have a good night and we'll see you tomorrow.